In this video, I will show you ultra-realistic talking avatars that blinks, gesture and lip sync using CapCut Nim AI and MagicLight. No more guesswork, my 3-tool workflow for talking avatars and how much it takes to make them happen. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any amazing videos. Platform we're going to be talking about today is MagicLight AI. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into Google and put in MagicLight.ai and then we'll search. All right. So here we go. This is it, the one that has the pricing, payment, and all that. So you click on that and it takes you straight, if you're registered, like for me, because I'm registered, it just brought me straight to my page. MagicLight AI has really improved their platform. They have a lot to offer now. If you come to the left hand corner after the logo, you see the home, the assets, then the story to video and AI characters. So what you want to do is you want to click on the story to video because that's what you're going to use to create. So we're going to use it to create our video. And if you come here to the left corner, you see the aspect ratio, which is the landscape, which is the one we're going to use. And then you want to select the language, English, and your style. I usually use either the realistic or the epic. For this particular tutorial, we'll be using the realistic. So you select realistic, you select the landscape, and it's English we want to use. So they have two kind of ways for you to create your videos, which is the smart script and the basic. So we're going to use a smart script, and like I said, it supports quickly expanding ideas into a script or adapting existing stories into a structured screenplay. And then there is a duration, which if you wanted to decide how long that script it is, to give you the automatic right here at the bottom. Or you can pick if you wanted 3 to 5 minutes, 5 to 10, or up to 20 to 30 minutes. I also like that you can custom, if you don't like any of this duration that was given, you can just decide, oh, I only want 2 or 3 minutes. So I have already generated my script from ChatGPT, which I'm just going to paste right here. And it's actually a 3-minute video. And ChatGPT has said exactly the title. This is going to be 36 shots. So that means it's like 36 scenes that it's going to give you. You understand? Then you confirm. And after that, you're going to go to the next page. So click on the next page and allow it to generate. All right, as you can see, the scenes have been created. We have scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, scene 4, scene 5, scene 6, scene 7. You see that you can actually scan through each scene to be sure that that is what you want. So this is the beginning, under the settings. So these are the things that is going to write for your video that you're generating. The first shot is under the setting sun, Toyin-Parrot walks along the ranch pathway. And then the second one is the breeze teases her braids as she continues her walk. And, so if you're okay, or you can just scan through, if there's anyone you don't like, you can click on that particular scene and then you will delete. So let's assume I want to delete the number 4 right here. I just need to click delete and that shot will be off. I don't want it there. So after looking through everything and you are confident that this is what you want, you click on the next button, which is at the bottom right corner, and now it gives you your characters. It has detected that I only have 2 characters for this video, so I'm going to select, because it has detected the name, which is Toyin-Parrot and Daniel, and I'm going to now go ahead and click on edit. So don't forget that I already have my characters created because I use this platform all the time. You should do the same so you have your consistent character, and all you want to do is add it on this particular interface. So you look at the left corner, The name is Toyin-Parrot. Our voice is usually Martha, so it already knows. And it's a female, but she's not a child. So I'm going to change it to a young adult so that it gives me my recent character, which is the next point here. You want to click on the recent character. And now all these are Toyin parrots that I have created, and I just select the one I want for this particular video. So I'm gonna pick where she is casually dressed in our ranch outfit, which is this one with the brown jacket. And then I'll come character again and select Daniel. So this is my Daniel. Click on it and it's right there. So confirm. Now that you've selected your two characters, you should note that if you want the character to be wearing something else, then you have to create, let's say there's another scene where you want the character to wear a different outfit, then you have to click on add character and then you add that same Toyin parrot in a different outfit so that when it gets to that scene, you can adjust your storyboard to meet up with. Go ahead and click the next button. So while it's generating, I'm going to tell you a little bit about MagicLight app. They've really improved, and if you want to know exactly how to do other things, I've done a video which I will put the link in the description below on how to generate your videos, create your characters on MagicLight app. So the only thing I've noticed is when you lip sync in MagicLight, it doesn't actually give you the opportunity for the character to also move their body in accordance. So here we go. The video is ready. The storyboards are ready is what I meant to say. And then, the first board says, under the setting sun, Toyin-Parrot walks along the ranch path. Now, because this video I am doing is only a tutorial on lip sync, I would not be talking about how it works and all that. It's just all about it talking. So we want to go look for the scene where she's right here. So right here now I'm going to delete this prompt and add the voiceover because Toyin-Parrot is going to talk right here. So on the voiceover now, you want to pick and select right here where they say voiceover to change it to Toyin-Parrot. Hi, Daniel. So good to see you this early. All right. So let's preview the voice.
Hi, Daniel. It's so good to see you this early.
So you can hear now that that is Toyin-Parrot's voice. But now we want our mouth to also move in that direction. So you'll now come over to the animate point right here at the bottom right corner and click the animate. Right, so I'm gonna let the character talk, and I imputed the the prompt I want her to say. I said, wow, Daniel is right here bright and early. And I changed it right here to Toyin-Parrot, and she's going to speak with Martha's voice. And then you now click on the animate button at the bottom right corner, and it takes you to this interface where you have lip sync, MagicLight, Sanders, and everything. So you should know that when you lip sync, it cannot actually move and make gestures. It can only lip sync. And then if you want it to make the gestures, then you cannot lip sync. So we're gonna click on the lip sync now, and it takes about 16 of your credits to generate the lip sync. So we'll click it, and this is what it's gonna say, and you click yes. So while it's generating, you can actually be doing other editing. Right here you can, if you want to change anything there. I want to come over to the top left corner right here. You want to make sure that the speed of her or him talking is not too fast. So 0.9 times is fine. You understand? Once it goes higher, like 1.0 is too fast and Williams, but I want to change it because Williams is one of the character, and I don't want the character to also be the one narrating the story. So I'm going to change that to Laura. If you want to listen to the voice, you just click on the
Life was like
audition.
a box of chocolate.
If you like that, you can let that be your voiceover. But I think it's too fast, so I'm going to look for, let me look for another one.
Life was like a box of
Yes,
chocolates.
that's not bad. So the voiceover will be Victoria has generated Toyin-Parrot talking, an amount is moving.
Wow. Daniel is right here, bright and early.
You see that? So there we go. And then if you want Daniel to talk, also know that if there are two characters in a video, you cannot lip sync. So for this particular storyboard, Daniel is saying, "Hi, Torin Parrot. Hope I didn't wake you up so early." Fine is Daniel's voice that is gonna be the voiceover. But when you go to animation, it will not lip sync because there are two images right there. Toy Parrot is there, Daniel is right there. So that is one of the disadvantages of Magic Light app. You understand? So you can just make them move. So depending on what you select, if you animate with Magic Light, the movement is 80 credits and it's not so rigorous. If you want it to move more, you burn more credit. There is 120 for sedans, and there is another 120 if you're using the ILO platform, and so on and so forth. But I'm just going to use Magic Light so that there will be a little movement. So while that is loading, there is this story, but the ranch gate stands silent. It's really not necessary. You can just delete right there the paragraph. So anywhere you want um the characters to talk, you make sure it's only one character. Like here now, Daniel could say, Toyin Parrot, can we go for a walk? You know, Toyin Parrot, can we go for a walk? And then it will, you change the voice over again to Daniel, and then you animate and you select your lip sync. So that is generally how the lip sync works. After you have done all your characters, adjusted how you want them to perform, talk, walk, whatever movements you want, the next thing you want to do is click on the next button at the top right corner, and it will generate all your storyboards in accordance to what you want. I just want to quickly walk you through how that works. So, if for any reason you want to change anything, please check the next video I link in the description box below, where you can change the characters, the addresses, and every other information. But for now, you just click on the next button at the top right corner, and your video is actually ready. I just wanted to give you a pointers here. If you want, before you finally generate your video, on the top right corner, you want to check that the header style. The header style means a cover title. Sometimes I don't want a cover title, so I just leave it blank right here. I just delete it. But if you want there to be a cover title, you can just say the ranch, you can just say ranch meeting, you can just say ranch meeting. And then if you don't want a title, you click no title. Or I usually like it to be this yellow color, kind of looks uniform and very outstanding. The subtitles also, I want it to be the yellow. So whatever they're talking about, when people want to read the script, it comes out in this kind of format. There's different formats, there's white and all that, but I prefer this. And then before you finish generating, you click on background music, which automatically is added on Magic Light app. But because I do not like the music that they put, I just click on none. So when you click on none now, there'll be no music. You can decide to now take it to CapCut and include your own music. After this, you generate. Once you click the generate button, the video will automatically generate. But if you finish generating and you're not satisfied, you can click on the back button and go back and edit. Always make sure that you watch the video before you submit, because sometimes you want the character to actually speak in a male voice and it changes it to a female. So you want to make sure that you are. So we're going to be using Nim platform to create the talking avatar. So we have the create aspect, which I don't use because I prefer to have my characters consistent. And then we have the tools. On the tools, you have add sound, restyle video, enter your keyframe if you have the beginning to the end, the effects that you want, out if you want to upscale, and then if you want to lip sync, and then you describe what you want and all that. So we're just going straight for lip sync. I already have my characters saved on the desktop, so I just click upload image. So right here you click upload and it takes you to where you have your image saved. So I'm using color and Toyin and color. So I'm going to upload it onto the platform right there. So this is the image we're going to be using. And the next thing you want to do is add a text. So here, the speech source is a text, not the sound. And I want the person to talk. So they have pre-made voices right here. You can do Charlotte, you can do Will. Those are the two I use, but they have other voices that you can use. But I'm going to be using Charlotte and Will for this particular tutorial. So first of all, go ahead with Charlotte and we say exactly, we go ahead with Will. And I want Will to be telling the lady that there is a party being thrown by a very close friend of mine, and I will love to introduce you to all my friends. There is a party being thrown by a very close friend of mine, and I will love to introduce you to all my friends. So the man on the right is talking while holding the lady closely. Both work casually. Then you generate. So if you look at it, this is going to cost you 48 credits to generate. So you generate it and it takes a while, but this is where the generation is being done. When it's done generating, you'll see exactly what it's going to say. Then if you want the character to already be in motion in a video form, you can transfer your image to ILU AI. ILU AI will now help you to make the image, convert it into a video right here. You just have to click on image to video, you upload your image, and you give it the prompt you want it to do. So I have already generated one right here where I say the man and the woman are both smiling, looking directly in the camera, holding one hand and walking gently forward, which is what we can see right here. And if you're satisfied with it, you just click the download and it's ready to use. So if you this costs you like 25 credits to be able to generate, you know, and that way it's cheaper for you to now upload it into Nim AI and be able to use it. But when you actually input image into Nim and convert it to a video, because before it can talk it has to become a video, then you will have to pay more. So let's see what it has to say. It's ready.
There is party been thrown by a very close friend of mine, and I will love to introduce you to all my friends.
So can you see
There is
that
party.
it has generated and the man has spoken? So that is basically how you create your image and let it talk in Nim AI. It costs 48 tokens to be able to make this happen, which would have been cheaper if you actually have your image already mobile, talking, moving, and then you just want to lip sync. So, the next one we're going to be talking about is CapCut. So, we're going to head over to CapCut, and we're going to actually go on the interface because they have a lot of new upgrades now. So, you're going to head over to All Tools, and it brings you over to this interface where you have AI dialogue, photo editor, frame. But in this part, we are scrolling down a bit and we're using the AI dialogue scene. So you want to click on that and it brings you straight to this interface. As you can see, you can create dialogue scene where two people are talking and making gestures. It's so amazing. So I'm going to select, you'd have downloaded your image that you want to use. You can use CapCut or you can use you can use Canva or you can use ChatGPT to get your image. So I'm going to select the image. I want to make sure that the images have, two people in it because I want to show you how to do for two people. So I'm going to select and then I'll click on the next button right there at the bottom to take me into CapCut. So now that you're on CapCut, it's going to detect the characters like you can see. And when it's done with that, you will now select who do you want to talk. So you can see there are three images here. There is Daniel, there is Toyin, and there is a horse. But we're going to start with Toyin first. So we click on Toyin and then we enter what you want Toyin to say. And she will say, Daniel, it's been you today. And then the next point you want to go now is to select your voice right here because I like it to sound like my voice. I've already recorded my voice. These are different voices that you have available, but I want to use my own voice. So I'm going to select more voices. So under the more voices now, you will see custom voices at the top right corner there, or you can select from any of the voices they've provided, but I'm going to use custom voices, which will give me my own saved voice. So now that I have clicked on custom voices, so I have two voices saved as voice 1 and 2. So voice 1, let me show you, is going to sound like a man. Use clipping to explore the infinite. Use clipping to explore the. So I have selected the female voice. That's it. And then you can see how many credits is going to use to generate what I just wrote. So I think for that, CapCut is very, very expensive when it comes to that. So, but let's go ahead and click the generate button. And then it takes a while for CapCut. Is slower than MagicLight app, but it's going to go ahead and generate. It has told me it's going to use 76 credits compared to MagicLight using 16 credits. This uses 76, and this is where it shows that it's loading. Depending on how many words you put, it can take between 2 minutes to 10 minutes to create. So I'm just going to let it create and then I'll get back to the tutorial. About 5 to 10 minutes to get Toyin-Parrot to say what I asked her to say, and this is it. Daniel, it's been a minute, but I'm excited to see you. So now that it has generated that, make sure you trim out the CapCut at the end by clicking on the end and deleting, and then you can download this particular video or leave it there, and then you go back and do the same process for the man. So let's go ahead and do that. After going through the same process, I generated a talking video of Daniel, and here is the result.
Yes, I missed and I decided to stop by and see you to talk about a dinner proposal.
These are the 3 AI tools that I use to lip sync. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.